The case went cold, but a mother's determination never did. After Josephine Wenzel's daughter was murdered, she refused to wait for justice. Instead, she launched a relentless 6-year manhunt to track down the killer. As our crime correspondent Jason Mattera reports, her fight didn't just lead to an arrest, it sparked a movement to make America safe again.
June 10, 2016 was the worst day of Josephine Wenzel's life. After hours of unanswered calls to her daughter, Crystal Mitchell, she knew something was wrong. Then the call came in.
I just started screaming and I just wanted to get on the plane. And I didn't even think about the kids upstairs. Thank God my sister was visiting from Texas. She was calling everybody up saying, come, come, come.
Josephine learned that her 30-year-old daughter, a single mother of 2, had been murdered, allegedly by Raymond McLeod, a 37-year-old former Marine she had recently met. The two had traveled to San Diego, California to visit friends, but the trip took a deadly turn.
The two of them went out to the club. There was an altercation where he slapped her. Then they went back to the apartment. The court revealed some videos. Supposedly, she was resistant to go with him and she was afraid, and it showed on the video, and he forced her by her neck into the elevator and took her up to her death. Broke her neck in 3 places.
Police say McLeod fled, renting a car and driving to Mazatlan, Mexico, where he abandoned the vehicle. As days turned to weeks, months, and years, Josephine decided to take matters into her own hands. A retired Guam detective, this wasn't her first case.
I had written to the White House, written to my congresswoman. I was making phone calls to the Pentagon because he was a former Marine, and I was asking everybody for help. I took some lessons in how to navigate through the internet to try to locate him virtually. I would have left and searched for him personally if I didn't have 2 small children anchored to my feet.
Using social media, Josephine flooded the internet with McLeod's photos and wanted poster. Then in August of 2022, 6 years after Crystal's murder, she received a tip.
The person who saw one of my ads had called in to the U.S. Marshal tip line and said, he's over here in El Salvador teaching. That's when I got a phone call from my marshal, because we've been working side by side. And he goes, Mama, you did it. You did it. This is all you. You got him, Mama. All your hard work. Your daughter, Crystal, is so proud of you. You got him. And I remember just like crying.
McLeod is set to go on trial this May in San Diego. Josephine fought for 6 years to bring him to justice, and she's not stopping. She's turning her fight into a mission, helping other families track down fugitives.
Chris, Wenzel has since launched Angels of Justice. It's a grassroots movement that does more than just support grieving families. She's putting a spotlight on Washington, calling for more federal resources to tackle this staggering backlog of unsolved murders in this country. Her mission now is to make America safe again. And as you and I both know, we can certainly use her help.
Absolutely. Amazing story here, Jason. Now, Josephine Wenzel wasn't a trained federal agent, but she managed to find her daughter's accused killer. How did law enforcement react to her success?
Yeah, Chris, the U.S. Marshals say Josephine's persistence kept this case from going cold and ultimately led to the suspect's capture. In fact, in part 2, we'll hear from the U.S. Marshal who worked alongside her, plus from another family her organization helped when they found themselves in a similar nightmare. Bottom line, Chris, this mother, she is a rock star.
You know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.